So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm back with another video. Today is going to be a special one for that special person who needs this. It is currently, now I'm going to get straight to the point. It is currently 1st of January 2026. If you are in 10th or if you are in 12th, your board exams must be approaching you. You might have covered your syllabus, you might not have. You might be stressed, you might not be, you might be doing good in your pre-boards, you might not be. Many variables to discuss here, but I will directly get straight to the point. It is 1st January 2026. Your board exams, at least for 10th standard, I have not looked at 12th standard yet, but it will be similar time span. For 10th standard, your exams are going to start in the Feb, mid or after May, maybe 15-20, and then in March. Now, this time you have two exams. I can understand that you will not be stressed for the first. You might be thinking of some strategy to attempt for the latter one. Scrap all of that. Keep it. I'm not saying it to remove it altogether. But in my opinion, instead of giving two exams, do the best you can in one. And if you feel, then go for the second exam because you will save a lot of time going into 11th and going into 12th. But it is finally your choice. If you wish to give it your second exam, give it your best. But for that, you will need to prepare. To prepare, I will provide you with what I think the optimal program should be for you in the coming next 2 months or 2.5 months. So this will set you pretty good. And personally, I have scored 96. It is respectable score. I had given 60-70% of my total effort. Comparatively, I can say I could have worked harder, I could have done more, but that is irrelevant to this point. But I will give you my detailed explanation about what you should do. So it is currently 1st of January 2026. Let us consider that your exams are on 15th Feb. So you have a time span of 45 days. Correct? What I want to tell you is take this into consideration. Take this into consideration. From the 15th of Feb, take it to be 31st January, leave 15 days. Although it is a huge time period, 15 days, take maybe not even 15. If you want to be conservative, take 15 days, subtract 15 days from that, or also you can work with 12 or perhaps 11 days. The only thing you need to learn here is you need to be more specific about what you need, what you want, and what time period you should remove from that. Generally, I would tell you if you are serious about doing this and giving it your best, getting good marks, at least for the sake of getting good marks, so that you can be both what you do, what you want to do, combined with getting good marks. So just do all of it, I guess. So what? Coming back to the point, you have 1st January to 31st March. 31st March is just 1st January to 31st January. In these 31 days that you have to fact check certain requirements that you have fulfilled currently or not. First thing, which sit, I would advise you to sit down for like 15-20 minutes with me, plan down along with me. If you are not able to correlate with the video or you are not able to move simultaneously, pause the video or better, watch the video once, think about what I have said, plan accordingly, and then execute that plan to your highest efficient and optimal level as possible. So what I am going to say now is your syllabus completed? Is your syllabus completed? Have you completed all of your portion? Have you done with all of your chapters? Are you done with all of your content which you wanted to complete? If not, then your first priority should be to complete this. Complete your syllabus wholly. Do not skip anything. Although you could do the 80-20 rule, at 80% of the marks can be scored through 20% of the content, but I would recommend you not to go by that method because you can score significantly more. I believe you can get 96 or 95 easily if you stick to this routine. Not even this routine, if you are true to yourself and you really want good marks, then you will get good marks. That is as simple as it gets. There is no rule, this rule, that rule. It doesn't apply here. You just need raw action to solve this problem. So first thing is your syllabus. How much syllabus is completed? Take a piece of paper. Take a piece of paper. Write down all the chapters. Literally all the chapters. Or you can do alternative, which is take the syllabus from CBSE itself. It comes in that printed format. Take a print of it and see all the chapters. And the chapters which you have completed, tick them. The chapters which you have completed. But the chapters which are remaining, you can take a piece of paper and write on them. Suppose if in science your carbon is remaining, or in maths your trigonometry is remaining, or some certain chapters are remaining, take a piece of paper and write it down, because whatever is written is retained. This is your first primary focus. Complete your syllabus. You want to, essentially you want to complete 100% of the syllabus in the shortest and most efficient time period as possible. How you are going to do that is, it is completely up to you. You can read a textbook, fine. You can learn the notes, fine. You can also watch one shots, good. And you could do all three if you wanted to, which is also good. But you have to complete that portion. Either you can do it through one shot, read your textbooks, go through your notes, anyhow, any method, whichever you can find. But you have to remember, within these 30 days, you have to, you have to complete your syllabus. Now, in these 30 days, there can be some plus minuses. I will get to that later. Like if you are taking 11, 12 days, then first 2 days of February you can also utilize. But my general suggestion would be take 31st January, compress all of your time, all of your work, fit it into 1 month, and go very far ahead. That is the only thing I can say. The chapters which I have not completed, write them down and complete them. I'm saying complete them conceptually. Practice some questions along with that. And I'm stressing this so much, practice some questions, not all the questions, not all the previous year questions, PYQs, this important question, that important question. No, practice like 3-4 questions. You are good with it, you understand it, you are comfortable with it, you can handle it, you can fix it, you can remove the solution from it. That is good. Once you complete these chapters, taking essentially, your syllabus is completed. Good job. The second thing which you would like to focus on now, because your syllabus is completed, is just practicing previous year question. Practice these previous year questions. Just go through them once your syllabus is completed. And along with this previous year question, combine revision, and that is it completely. Now, one caveat I should say to this: if you are having pre-boards in your school or preliminary exams, do not miss any exam. Even if you have like 0% of the syllabus completed, then too it is fine. Even if you are getting failed in your pre-boards, then too it is fine. But you have to attempt. You have to do something. You cannot skip pre-board. So you have to, it is going to be very hard, no doubt. You would have to work a lot if you are going to fit it within 1 month, the whole entire syllabus of the year. But it is possible, it is doable, and it is easily accomplishable. So the only thing you can do is start right away after watching this video, creating a plan and executing that plan, and you will be on your way. You practice your PYQs, you practice. Once you finish your syllabus, your main thing what you have to do is complete your syllabus. You should get the mental satisfaction that yes, I have read everything at least once. Second thing which you are going to do, go into PYQs, go into revision. How you are going to revise depends. You can revise through previous year questions, practicing more questions, especially in maths. That is what is required. You have to practice more questions, not revise the concept again and again. In case of all the other subjects, you can read the lessons again, you can read the chapter again, you can watch that video again, you can solve more questions relating to that. You can do revision in multiple ways. Either you can read the textbook again, either you can read your notes again, either you can practice more questions relating to that topic, either you can remove your summaries along with that, you can make running notes, whatever you want to do, you have to revise. If you are getting, after you have completed your syllabus by 31st January, or even if you complete before that, the next thing which you want to do is previous year question. That's it. Previous year question, revision. Previous year question, revision. Previous year question, revision. Take it simultaneously. And I am adding a plus sign here. Take it simultaneously. A previous year question should accompany your revision. You have to solve massive quantity of this. Massive quantity. Where you are going to get this? Take any book, take any reference book, pick up any reference book and attack this previous year questions back to back to back to back to back, combined, compiled with revision. Revise, practice, again revise, practice, again revise, practice. Solve questions, solve questions, solve questions. That is the second thing. If you do this too, then you will be set for above 92% easily. And taking into consideration that you have given at least 2 pre-boards. Again, one thing I would like to add, the third thing is, everyone must be telling you that you need to solve this sample question paper, that question paper, this, that. In my honest opinion, if you have completed the syllabus, if you have precisely, concisely, accurately practiced your previous questions, and if you have given your pre-boards, you will be okay. After you finish your syllabus, your main focus should be on revision and previous question to develop that thought process. You do not want to learn the answer. You want to learn, or you have to adapt to that thought process of how you are going to take this, turn it into this. And if you have completed both of these things and you have that internal feeling that yeah, I have completed previous year questions, I can solve pretty confidently, and I have completed the syllabus as well, I can do it perfectly, then you can go on to sample papers considering along with the pre-boards. If there are no pre-boards, if you haven't attended the pre-boards, then you have to solve sample question papers. You have to solve some kind of mock test, let me put it in that phrase. Either you can do it on your own through a sample question paper, or you can do it through your pre-boards. Both are okay. Generally what I would suggest, if you have relatively less portion of the syllabus completed, is complete the syllabus, hammer PYQs, and along with that accompany pre-boards along with that, and you will be okay. And if you have already completed a significant portion of your syllabus, if you have already practiced more questions, more amount of questions, you are feeling a bit in the flow, you are getting good at things, then you can go on practice sample question papers and get your timing right. And the major, along with that, I would like to highlight one misconception which all of you have. If you are watching this on the 5th of January, if you are watching this on the 31st January, it seems you can still do it. You can still do it. Yes, I will take into the consideration if you start on 31st January, you will not have that much time and you may score less because that is actually very less time. But if you are watching this in the span of January, February, let it be one day before your exam, then too you can do this. If you are serious with yourself and if you are understanding what I am saying all this time, because I have been speaking in English, I will have the subtitles, don't worry, but take into that into consideration as well. So if you have your syllabus, again I am recapping clearly what you have to do now, what chapters have you completed, what chapters are remaining. The chapters which are remaining, attack those chapters immediately. Finish those chapters, read your textbook, either watch one shot or either go to your teacher to explain it again. Doesn't matter. You have to complete it. Then you have to go on to PYQs, hammer PYQs repeatedly. Repeatedly, you have to adapt to that thought process, especially in social science, and you have to accompany that with revision. Do not miss any single pre-board or preliminary exam. They are important. And if you do, even if you do these three things, you will get about 92, 93, 94 with ease. Like, it is simple. It will take effort, obviously, but it will be simple. And if you accompany, if you have completed all of these three things and you want to do some extra practice, go ahead. You will get the boost of confidence from there. Another honorable mentions I would like to give as in the form of bonuses, because you have been here for a long time. In the bonus, the first thing I would like to tell you is when you are in the class, usually now what our timing used to be, it used to be 8:30, we used to reach the school. We used to give our pre-boards and we used to come back home at 1:30. From the actual exam used to be from 10:30 to 1:30. Yeah, yeah. 1:30. Then we would have lunch. Actually, this was 2 o'clock, not 1:30. From 8:30 to 2 o'clock. This was the actual timing of the exam. Let us consider 10, including the reading time, this, that, all of the things. So literally from 8:30 to 10 and from 1:30 to 2, you would have like 1.5 and a half. So you would have 2 hours. In that, 1.5 hour was in the cafeteria and half hours was for revision, settling down. What I want to tell you is during this time or when you are in school, because your school still might be going on, the best thing you can do now is, along with completing your syllabus, along with hammering your PYQs, along with doing your revision, along with, if you are going to do it, not mandatory, not required also, your sample question papers, and you are giving every single pre-board, combine this with this one bonus that I have come to the realization of. Sit around smart people. It doesn't matter if you are in class A and if the person who knows the relatively everything he has been studying, he knows his things, you know that who that is. If he is in class C, class B, class B, regardless, you cannot give excuse to this. You have to hang around him. Now there is one caveat to this also. You have to hang around smart people, but open people. What do I mean by open people? Because they are ready to teach you. If you go to them, if I am facing a problem, if I don't understand this thing or I'm wanting to learn this topic, if I go to that person regardless of any division he is, regardless of all the excuses that you can come up with. If I go to that person, if I tell him, "Hey, it is like this, I want this topic to be explained, can you explain to me?" If he can be ready, hang around that person all the time. In my example, used to be 2 hours. Be 2 hours around with that person in the cafeteria while having breakfast, while having your lunch, while settling down. Be around him. Ask him things, what he knows, what he doesn't, what he likes to do in these things. But the main thing here is you cannot be around close minded people, or even worse, those who tell you things in a crooked way, or actually tell you wrong things because they don't understand it. Either they don't understand it themselves, or they are afraid to give it to others. So you have to hang around open people and smart people. If you be around them constantly, rest assured you will combine all three of these within those 2 hours. But that does not mean you can skimp on this yourself. You have to do the effort yourself, you have to do the work yourself, because the only thing which can solve all of this, and which you can do to implement all of these three things, is raw action. That's it. Create your plan and win.